Hello, happy people. My name is Dan, and it's that time again. We're going to be looking at some more GM48 Game Jam games. These are all games made for the 44th GM48 Game Jam around the theme of delivery. All of these games have been made in 2 days, so let's see what they've delivered. But before that, really quick, I now stream on Twitch. So if you want to watch me make some games and chill and have a good time, follow me at twitch.tv/TidyKingGames, and I'll see you there. Okay, so up first today we have got Hop-A-Roni Pizza by Cask Dax. And in Hop-A-Roni Pizza, what you have to do is bring pizza to the residents of this town, but you must make sure you bring them to the right people. In doing so, you talk to the residents of the town and they will give you some direction. They'll say, hey, this guy lives here or that person lives there. And there's a duck. Oh, I do love a duck. We'll talk to him in a minute. At the moment, I'm looking for Lukey. Looking for Loopy. I couldn't remember where he lives. So Snuffles and Leo live in the bottom part of town. That's Quackers, yo, says the duck. Are you Loopy? No. Okay. Bye. Sorry, Loopy. Not Loopy even. I can't remember who's who because there are some hints, but it doesn't always say who's who. You bought the pizza! And extra trash. Gross. Great. That's Loopy. Loopy has the pizza now, so now you go on back to the pizza place and get the next pizza. And there is a cute little duck. Yeah, you just have to find the right resident to deliver the pizza to, and some will interrupt you, some will delay you. There is a slight issue. It says get this pizza in 1 minute 50, but then it gives you 1 minute 30, so that's not lining up quite right, but it's fine. I'm looking for Pablo now. You're not Pablo, are you? Nope, you're just some frog. Sorry, not Pablo. It's quite weird just going to people's houses and be like, are you the person who ordered this pizza? Hark, the bearer of pizza has arrived. Cool, okay, you're Pablo then. Some of the houses have signs on them and some of them don't. It's quite interesting. It's quite a cutesy little idea, but I think there needs to be more NPCs or at least more hint about where people are. I think it's one of those that you sort of, as you go and progressively... Oh, Liz. I don't know who Liz is. But you progressively, as you play, you learn more about who lives where. So it gets easier as you play, which seems the opposite of a game. It should get harder as you play, but... I think this one's Liz. I did play it before and I remember... Pizza time! Yes! Okay, I forget who's who sometimes, but I know that one's Liz now. So now I know I don't need to go back to Liz's house and I need to get another pizza. And yeah, it just plays out like this where you just find different ones. So that's for Snuffle. And I remember Duck said Snuffle is in the south of town. So we're going to go and find Snuffle and deliver the pizza. I mean, some of them, yeah, they'll just natter on. Like me, but I'm not delivering pizza within 1 minute 30 or 50. It's the best thing to watch with a movie, says Snuffle. You have no TV, Snuffle. What's going on, Snuffle? And then that's it. Once you've fulfilled your orders, you go back into the little pizza place and woof, good job. You have a pizza. Hooray! Good fun. Okay, and up next we have got Spidey by Will. I think this is cute, but I couldn't get this to work. I'm not entirely sure why. I was trying to make the spider grab the food. I assume that's what we're meant to do. I didn't realise it's actually with your mouse until now, and I realised you use the arrow keys to point your spidey legs, and you can kind of hover over the food, but I couldn't figure out how to actually grab the food itself, which was a bit tricky. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure there's something I'm missing here. It's definitely nice to look at. It's made for Apple, actually, for Mac users. But they did have the project files, so I tried running it on Windows. Maybe that's why. I don't know if there's something Apple specific that's making this not work on my computer. I'm not 100% sure. I think there's a lot of potential here because it looks nice. It could be a fun, fast-paced ordering game with some tricky controls, you know, a bit of fun like that. But yeah, for some reason, it wasn't working with me, so I just do a little dance instead. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Nice try. I'm not sure how to work it though, but I see what's going on here. Okay, so up next we have got Post Office Tycoon. And in Post Office Tycoon, what you have to do is collect the parcels. In this case, I'm delivering maybe a jetpack? I'm not too sure. You have to deliver it to the destination, which is that circle up there. You also go into these up arrows and you can get speed boosts, fuel boosts, that kind of thing. I think the fuel runs out awfully quickly in this, and I just realised looking at the playback there are fuel canisters lying around, which I did not pick up, and that's probably why I didn't last as long as I did. I did buy a little boost here, but I don't think I ended up actually getting much from it because I needed to collect the fuel. Why didn't I collect the fuel? It's quite fun, you're going around causing carnage and dropping things off. It's a bit silly, and so I've delivered that top hat. Now I'm going to collect an alien, of course. I did want to make this. I was like, oh no, I'm running out of fuel, I've got to make it. And I just, like I said, I didn't see the fuel canisters, so I'll have to give it another go and see if I can actually make it a bit further. But I blew up and I made 3 deliveries. It's quite fun and silly, but yeah, I should look out for the fuel. But good job. Okay, so up next we have got A Palletized Pallet by Ross Bowman. And in Palletized Pallet, what you have to do is build the factory warehouse to direct the squares to the correct destination. In theory, this is a really good idea. You use the filters to make sure the colours are filtered in the correct direction, and then you place the arrows in order to make them go in the right place, like you've done there with the red one and the green one. It lines up quite nicely and you get points for the correct order, and you lose points if you get it the wrong way. In theory, there is one major problem with this though, unfortunately, and that is how easy it is to fall apart, because you only start with 100 points currency, I don't know what you call it, and that doesn't really give you ample opportunity to build a functioning machine, so you really have to depend on luck if it goes the right way. You have got normal mode and random mode, and in the random mode it's cheaper, but you don't choose what you get, so I was quite fortunate I had that go in the right direction, and I just put that arrow there, I guess. But the problem is, like I said, you don't really get a lot of currency to start with, which makes it, so there's one of the filters. I wasn't quite sure where to put that, but you don't really get a lot of choice, so that just bounced in the wrong way as well. And that, I think this game would be miles better if only you had more starting currency. It's my only critique, but it really makes the difference. Okay, so up next we have Solo by Travis Perizzini and Richard L. And in this game, you are dead. I just died straight away. What you have to do is use your weapons to move around and shoot the enemies and escape from being dead, being a soul. You're delivering your soul to your body. It's a bit of a reach. This blue gun is incredibly OP as well. That I don't see why you would use anything other than the blue gun. It's a very attractive looking game. It's very cutesy. I love the pixel art. There was one bug I found here where you will still get damaged by the enemy even in its dying animation. So there were a few times where I thought I'd killed an enemy, and as it was sort of disintegrating around me, I still got hit by it, and I found that a little bit frustrating. So you see here, I think it's here, I killed this guy. You see now it's disintegrating, and I still got hit by it. I think that needs a little bit of a fixing. But that aside, it is very charming looking. The enemies are very silly. They kind of look a bit Doom-esque, I suppose. And yeah, I like the character as well. It's this fun soul guy. And what you have to do is just work your way up using your weapons and not dying by the Doom enemies or their dust. So you shoot up really quickly in the air with this gun as well. You just kind of fly up and around the place, which is a lot of fun as well. It's an interesting control mechanic, and I really think it's pulled off well. So it just needs a few little tweaks here and there, but overall, it was a very fun, silly game. So I'm just flying. Oh, Big Bat killed me. But I enjoy playing this one, and I did manage to escape. At least I think I did. It didn't necessarily tell me I'd escaped. I just kind of shot up out into the sky, and then it just went back to the menu. The green one, that's quite interesting as well. I think it does more damage, but I'm not entirely certain. There's nothing really to indicate how much health I have. I just kind of have to hope I'm not dead. Well, more dead, I suppose, because you're a soul. But I just shot up here now, and out I go. I think I won. Maybe. But yeah, good entry. A few tweaks needed, but a lot of fun. Okay, so up next we have got Trans-Arctic Trucker by the Gamer Goblins. And first of all, I absolutely love that the van says GM48 on it. That is hilarious. And second of all, this is a really interesting game because you really want to race to the finish, but the faster you race, the easier it is to lose control of your vehicle because you are driving on ice. So it's traversing a sort of it seems procedurally generated as well, a procedurally generated course while trying not to crash your truck. And my goodness, that is difficult. So you have to carefully maneuver your truck, and then I sped up a bit there and got terrified. And I noticed you get gifts at the end of each level that cost 10 trucker coins, and I had 9, and I wanted to find out what they were. I really veered off quite quickly actually at this. Was it this one, or was it my next attempt? No, it was my next attempt. So this one, I think it was, what was it? It wasn't a cone that got me. I think it was a penguin actually. I'm just looking back and trying to remember. But there's a lot of obstacles on the road. Actually, no, I remember. I just kind of nudged. That was barely a nudge, but I hit the snow and then it just blows up. It's very, very interesting. Here it is. I just whizzed off, and oh my gosh, that was so terrifying. I don't know if you can, you can't see how difficult this is to control, but it's very, very terrifying. But I survived. I'm so pleased with that. And then I think I hit a penguin. Or did I? No, I completed this level. Because I remember I opened one of the gifts. It was brilliant. So I got, are you ready for this? A hat. And then, oh, and he's got a mustache. I just realised as well, the truck's got a mustache. That's amazing. And I'm wearing a hat. It's just a little cute. And there's the penguin that killed me. This is why I think it's procedurally generated, because I don't think that was there when I tried again. But the truck reaper. It's just such a silly sense of humour. I enjoyed that one. And finally today we have got Dark Forest Delivery by Nazboys. A game that I am not very good at. What you have to do is you have to go around and light up the fires to light the way. I quite like, you'll see in a bit, the silly sound effects when you do get damaged, where they just go, oof, that's quite silly. There you go. I didn't realise they were spikes, I thought they were rocks. But either way, the problem with this one is you can't really see where you're going. I suppose that's the whole point, which does mean you die very quickly. So I'll have to give it another go because I need to try and figure out where I'm going. What I do like is that you do have checkpoints of sorts. So you will go back to the checkpoint afterwards rather than having to start all over. But I was just a bit like, oh, what are they? And then instant death. I'm sure there are other controls, like I heard there's a shift for boost or something like that, or dash, or I don't know. But I think I need to have a little more practice at this one because it is tricky to get the hang of. It's a good entry. I like the atmospheric sort of sound effects and things like that. Just takes a little getting used to. But with that in mind, that is everything from this jam, and I hope you did enjoy. Hopefully I can participate in the next jam, but I had a lot of fun playing these, and I hope you enjoyed watching too. So if you did, be sure to stick around, and I will see you in the next one. Until then though, bye!